In this video, I will show you how to replace a malfunctioning control board. This video is applicable to the RK3D, RK3E, and Whisper T. For this repair, you will need a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, diagonal cutters, a 5mm Allen wrench, and a zip tie. First, take off all the screws that hold the bottom motor cover and remove it. Turn on the power of your wheel. Take a look at LED 1 and LED 2 on the control board. If any of these 4 situations occur, it might be necessary to replace your control board. Number 1, no lights at all on the board. Number 2, both the green and red light continue to blink. This may continue for longer than 2 minutes. Number 3, both the red and green light stay on solid. Number 4, a solid green light. If it is determined that your control board needs to be replaced, first turn off and unplug your wheel. Then, using the diagonal cutters, cut the zip tie holding the encoder reader harness and ground wire. Next, begin unplugging each harness from each control board port. Using a Phillips screwdriver, unscrew all 3 cable clips from the control board bracket and the ground wire from the bottom left corner of the control board. Next, using the 5mm Allen wrench, begin unscrewing all 4 socket head cap screws from the control board bracket. Once all 4 socket head cap screws are removed, dismount the control board. Be sure to keep the old control board separate from the new board. Then place the new board onto the frame and begin screwing it in place. Do not tighten any of the screws down until all 4 screws are in place. Then go back and tighten each one. Begin plugging each of the harnesses back into their ports. Each plug is keyed so it can only go into its own port in its own specific orientation. Next, screw on the ground wire to the bottom of the board. Be sure the tooth washer goes between the board and the terminal of the ground wire. Screw in each cord clip onto the control board bracket. Lastly, using the zip tie, capture the encoder reader harness and the ground wire back onto the bracket mount. Finally, plug in your wheel and turn it on to see that the board is lighting up. Both green and red lights may be blinking for a short amount of time, but the red light should turn itself off within a minute or so. At that point, just the green light should be blinking. Reset the potentiometer in the foot pedal to sync the potentiometer with the new control board. If you are not familiar how to reset the potentiometer, I'll place a link in this video's description. When everything is running, replace your motor cover.